Nee, Amsterdam ook FT'tje, maar daar waren geen onparts. Weet je wel toch?
Alright guys, so we are prepared to start. I will ask you to use English only at the table, okay? Okay. I know it's Dutch festival, we have many Dutch and Belgian players, but respect the rule, English only at the table, okay? So
Also, when we're not in the hand, follow.
if the dealer is shuffling, it's fine. But first the hand is winning it. Okay, blinds 50, 30, 30, button was seat number 1. I wish you best of luck. Stop.
Thank you.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Dutch Classics main event. Day 2, live from the King's Resort in Rosvadov. Back in the booth, it is Action Man Dan to be your broadcaster for the duration of this event. Hope you're all very well on this Sunday evening. It's one of the fan favorites, the Dutch Classics, €250 buy-in main event, generating a prize pool of €300,000, I believe. 8 players remaining now from the starting field of 1,221. Small blind is 15K. Big blind 30K and 30K. Running big blind ante. Cards are in the air. Action is underway. And here we go. Vandenberg raising things up with the ace-8 offsuit to 65K. Min raised with a little bit of cheese on top. And Sammy in the big blind here with 8-3 of diamonds, playing a stack of 56 bigs to start the hand, is going to defend with the 8-3 of diamonds. King Jack 6 is the flop. Sammy checking. Vandenberg gonna rep a piece of that board. Takes it down. Both players playing 55 bigs. Bird is in the house. Flying by to say hi. Hello, Bird. Good evening. I'm hearing news that Johan the man took down the turbo last night. Congratulations to Johan the man, one of the moderators on the Twitch channel, part of the Action Army. And good evening to wherever you are tuning in from, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe, and a follow. We've got great new content every week on our YouTube channel. We also have a TikTok channel now, King's Resort Official, on there. If you want to buy some merchandise or find out additional information about the resort itself, head over to the website www.kingsresort.com. Wagner gonna fold in the big, not opting to defend with the ace-6 offsuit, and I think that's a wise choice. Them combinations, ace-6, ace-7, ace-8 offsuit, don't make good defends from early position raises. If our hand is suited, we will see a flop, of course, and it is okay from time to time. Would prefer to defend with the ace-6 if the raise had come from later position. You will see a lot of players defending there, but I think with the offsuit ace-6, better to bin it. Average stack just over $1 million. Plenty of play in this one. The winner of this Dutch Classics main event tomorrow will take home €44,300. Really nice payout for a €250 buy-in. First, second, third and fourth will all get a 10 grand World Series of Poker Europe main event ticket. All players guaranteed a minimum €600 currency. Apocalypse, the Action Army, is in the house. Good evening, boys and girls. He says hello. Howdy. Hope all is well. Wagner. We'll take this one down with an open on the button with the A7 offsuit. Vandenberg not going to defend with the King Deuce offsuit. Apocalypse says, please, please, please tell me you've at least seen update from Money in the Bank. No. What's Money in the Bank? Please fill me in. Tell me all. In the mood for an old chin wag with the gang. An overdue catch up. Oh yes, you did mention that. No. Have you got a link with highlights, or will I Google it or YouTube it? I'll have a look on the break. Don't want to cause too much theatrics when I'm commentating. Turn into some different type of commentator. Oh, he's hurt! He's hurt! Vandolin with the min raise and a bit of cheese on top. 80k to go with King Queen Diamonds. Actually closer to the 3x mark, just over 2.5 times. Peter Pan not going to defend. 10-8.
Je bent een toppertje, weet je wat? Je krijgt 5%, ja, als je zo doorgaat.
Pocket says his all-time favorite female wrestler won. Roman got pinned for the first time since December 2019 by his own cousin. And you might be getting a WrestleMania. Sounds like it was a good result all around if you're a wrestling fan. And good old wrestling. Vladislav and the cut-off King 5 at diamonds going to raise it up. Vandenberg on the button and the decision with ace-3 of spades. Good combination of 3-bet here. You might just want to see a flop, but instead goes for the third option. Quite a tight fold. A combination we definitely want to be continuing with. Instead, Peter Pan 3-betting to 150k with the Cowboys. Cowboys from hell. Vladislav going to continue, and has caught a piece of this top pair. This could be disaster here for Vladislav. He's definitely going to lose some more chips on King 9-7. Spades out there, flush draws and straight draws. Getting a call, 660k in the pot now, essentially playing for stacks. Looks like Peter Pan is just going to move all in. Now Vladislav in a really tough situation, quickly letting it go, realizing Peter Pan doesn't have too many strong hands, even though there is a lot of draws out there. A lot of 2 pairs and combo draws. Little does he know his opponent had a set of kings. Bachman says it was a stunning show, and together with the Ashes this weekend, you barely slept last night. Good that you had such an exciting weekend. Vandolin, pocket nines, and look at this. Peter Pan getting smacked in the face by the deck. Ace is now the Barry's. And a 3-bet to 180. Like the sizing. That's the price his opponent in. And at the mat, getting away from Ace Jack. Over pair for both players. And Vandolin set to lose the lot here. Great flop for his nines on paper. But Peter sitting there with the Rockets I don't see Vandolin getting away from this. He's got a straight draw as well. And Peter has made his hand look like something like Ace King of Hearts or 2 over cards with the flush draw or just an over pair. We have seen Vandolin on the feature table before. I don't know if he should be folding A, and if he can sniff this one out, B. It's quite a large jam. It's kind of one of them boards, very wet, straighty, flushy, flop. Oh my God, it looks like he's going to let this go. Agonizing. If he finds a fold here, it's a beautiful play, really. If he get away, he's a better man than I would be. I'd have my chips in the middle. Holy moly. What a fold there by Vandolin. Doesn't want to make a habit of doing things like that. But it was a massive jam from Peter. Things are heating up, folks. Buckliff says it's called storytelling. Now the bloodline has collapsed. We get the drama of Roman losing his mind and Jay wanting the title. Keep them wrestlers away from King's Resort anyway, or they'll be slamming bodies into the poker table, climbing on ladders and chairs, swanton bombing and the likes. Maybe I'll apply for a role as a commentator for one of these events. I would have to amp it up though. Apocalypse says, by the way, congrats to our very own moderator, Johan, for winning the Turbo on Saturday. Yes, congratulations indeed. He's on the way home, Bird, as far as you know. Said he was driving home. Text me to tell me the good news this morning. Apocalypse, is there a recap video that you could send me or tell me where to go, where I could get a synopsis of all of this carry on, unbelievable scenes, etc., etc.? You'll never beat the days of Mick Foley and Hell in the Cell. The Rock and Stone Cold. It was a buried alive match, if I remember correctly. A long time ago. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Sammy flopping a set. Flop going check, check. Vandenberg with the ace-9. And Sammy. A sneaky second check. Bet a 60k. Looks like Sammy's going to raise. Let's raise to 175. Stefan can't continue here. 30. That will be the end of that. Okay, thank you for that, Apocalypse. We've got the highlights. Highlights was the word I couldn't think of. God damn. Is it a better story than the Tate brothers? Andrew and Tristan. Or maybe that's a story for a different day. Kevin, 80k to go with the Jeffries in the cutoff. Vandolin not even interested with the King 10 of Hearts on the button. Expect to see him at least call. Perhaps he's a bit gun shy after folding. He'll know after the next break if he made a good fold or not. So for now, he's going to be on edge. Just needs to remain composed. Pat himself on the back when he finds out the good news. I know every time you mention the storytelling, I just can't stop thinking about that episode of South Park where they do the wrestling. Comedy geniuses. Trees for Wagner in the big. 877 is the flop. Very small bet here on the turn. Oh no, it's 130k. Still small enough from Kevin. Board getting scarier with the 4 of clubs hitting the turn. Flush draw on board now. Straight draws. Wagner checking the river. Kevin checking back. 10 of clubs completing flush and straights. We're seeing the flop here, button against big blind, 9-6 offsuit against queen 7 of spades. Flop is jack 10-9, 2 hearts. Sammy hitting flush on the river here. Get paid by Ladislav. Ladislav with straight. Sammy deciding to just check back. Bird just called Apocalypse a poo. Is that a poo out of The Simpsons? Surprised to not see at least a bet going in there on the turn. As Rycius says, no betting, just checking. 55 players remaining. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Dutch Classics Day 2 main event live from the King's Resort in Rosvedov on a 30-minute delay. There is a page on blooming from €660 to €780, so a pay jump of €120 between 54th and 53rd place. I don't know, I think I'm going to have to call you a poo from now on, Apocalypse. Thank you, come again. Wagner with the pocket trees, raising on the button. Vandenberg calling in the big with 10-7 of hearts. Flop is Queen 8-5, 2 spades. Wagner getting 60k. Vandenberg can't continue, 2 hearts in his hand. Ivan is in the house, says, "What's that, King's chatting mods? How's everyone?" Very good, thank you. Hope you're well yourself. Ladislav, 2.5 times the big on the button, King 10 off suit. Vandenberg going to call in the small with 8-7 of spades. Peter Pan out of the way. Heads up to the flop. Ladislav with the open ender betting 80k. Pair of sevens here for Vandenberg. Going to call and see a turn. He's got backdoor spades working for him also. Backdoor straight draw. Turn is a spade. Ladislav probably just wants to be jamming this turn. 370 in the pot, 445 behind. Weekly checks, doesn't even think about betting again. Now Vandenberg hitting 2 pair on the river. Vandenberg's range looking quite strong pre-flop, but Ladislav blocks him having some big hands and a lot of hands that contain a queen or a jack would 3-bet free, i.e. king queen, ace queen, ace jack, king jack. We significantly block a lot of those combinations, and we block hands like queen 10 and jack 10. So a missed opportunity for Ladislav to take this pot down on the turn. As it stands, Vandenberg betting 140k with his 2 pair. Vandolin, jack 10 of hearts. Wants to be raising this one. Good starting hand, raises to 70k. Really don't like this call from the small. 3 offsuit, it's not going to play well post flop. Vandolin's going to take this one down with a bet, one would think. He does do just that. Apocalypse says he won't be here tomorrow as he's flying to Spain for the Australis until Sunday. Well, good luck all in. Vladislav with kings in the hijack, 75k to go.
doe even overnieuw, Ro. Die doen we even overnieuw.
Ah, je moet net aan de ace aan
Ze hebben het even afgesproken. En je speelt je kleine aardjes spelen.
I thought we were okay together, but
Let's aces again.
it will be coming a time that I win one hand.
You did already.
King 10 off suit on the button for Atama. Makes 90k to go as the blinds have just gone up. Small blind 20k, big blind 40k with a 40k running big blind ante. That's 20, 40, 40.
Oh, wow, you get it again?
Bird says he's in Berlin for a few days from Wednesday on. Interesting. What are you going doing over there? If you're looking for a really good show or something to do in the evening, make sure to go see Cosmic Comedy.
It was nice this time.
It's at the Kookaburra. Tell them Dan Ranton sent you.
We're gonna have a meeting behind.
That was my second home when I lived in Berlin. Wagner under the gun with pocket tens. 85k to go.
Weet jij dat nou? Blijven we tot de volgende pauze hier spelen? Of staat dat helemaal niet vast? Blijven we tot de volgende pauze hier spelen? Wordt het al gewisseld?
Er kan een replay komen, maar
Meestal bij die livestreams zie je meestal na een bepaalde tijd zie je dat er een andere tafel komt. Maar ook nu over de afwisseling voor de kijkers.
Well, yeah, whatever you're doing in Berlin, Savage City, have a great time. 54 players remaining now. Spicy Pink Tuna says Atama must be decent at poker because he doesn't look like he gets outside much. Oh, you. Wagner in the big blind with ace king. All in for 1.1 million from the big blind. Sammy in the small. Big enough decision, but you can't call off this many chips with just a pair of fours.
You have aces again? Ah, yes. Very good ace. You have ace king? No. Because you have aces. Oh, you
Those are 4 bet, right?
no, 3 bets.
No aces. Only 4 bets.
No, he said yes, he said
Does
yes.
take it down.
He said yes. Forget that.
Yes, in general, poker players tend to be very pale, especially if they play online all the time.
It was a full fight.
Barely get to see daylight. If you grind into the early hours of the morning online. Back in my day, when we grinded, there were no day twos. Not really. Like, there were some tournaments that would have a day 2 or a day 3, but rarely online. So it was not uncommon to be playing until 6, 7, and 8 in the morning on a Monday morning after starting before 4 o'clock on a Sunday. So 16, 17, 18-hour grinds sometimes. Them kind of grinds separate the men from the boys. That is irony at its finest. Someone on Twitch saying someone else obviously doesn't get out much. Very good, very clever. Sammy raising to 90k with the 10-4 diamonds. Loosey goosey. Vladislav with the rejam for 12 bigs. And this is going to work. Nice pick up there for Vladislav.
Just counting your stacks.
That pay jump has been reached. 53 players remaining now. All guaranteed a minimum of €780. Wagner with the king 7 min raising. Vandenberg flopping the best of it here on Jack 6-3, 2 diamonds. Wagner quickly checking back. Trips now for Vandenberg. Wagner could have opted to c-bet that one. Backdoor diamonds, backdoor straight draws. Just denying equity. But check down to the river. Deuce of diamonds hits. Wagner going to call a really small bet. It's the bad news. Kenny McCormick, one of my favourite characters out of South Park. I mean, not my favourite. Randy Marsh is my favourite all day, every day. Kenny, though, plays a vital role in my favourite show. The pocket nines in the hijack 14 bigs is going to just move all in. He's got the hoodie. Are they going to kill Kenny? Vandenberg waking up with pocket eights. Should be calling this one. Hijack against small blind. Gets out of the way. Nice fold on this occasion, but in general, 8's going to be too strong there. Spicy Pig Tuna says Randy and Cartman is a tie. You're a towel. I think Randy becomes the GOAT character over time. But like, it's like comparing apples and oranges. So many great characters in that show. Peter Pan in the small blind, ace 10 off suit, going to complete. Adam and the big blind, 6-4 diamonds, defending, ace 8-4 is the flop. Checking his options, sorry. Betting 80k now. Like this check from Peter. Goes for a raise. Don't know how much I like this. I'd rather let our opponent hang themselves on turns and rivers. The 6-4 just decides to fold. I'd probably prefer Adam to just check if he's going to fold to a check raise. Officer Bar Brady is probably one of my favorite characters as well. Very underrated. We can't be sleeping on Butters. Sammy taking down the blinds and antes with King 7 of spades. Vandenberg in the hijack pocket fours. $85k to go. Don't like this from Adama with ace queen offsuit on the button. Just want to be rejamming this one. Sub 20 bigs to start the hand. Good opportunity to just rejam, take down all the booty that's out there already. It's okay to call here and see a flop in position, especially when we are on the button. We're facing a hijack open. The ace queen offsuit just going to play better overall as a rejam. King 10-3 is the flop. Good flop for Athema, flopping flush draws and straight draws. Raises to 280. Vandenberg chancing a c-bet. Adama committing himself, putting in half his stack. Adama taking it down with the raise, of course. .50 players remaining now. Kenny under the gun with deuces. Sammy raising to 100k in the small with 8-4 offsuit, and Kenny in the big with Queen 4 offsuit and the decision. JNK Real says, how long do we cast today? We'll play down to 24 as far as I know. Or 8 levels total, and this is the second of those levels, so it will be 6 more levels. Needs to be careful raising hands like 8-4 offsuit like that in the small blind, going for just 2.5 times the big, really pricing in the big blind. If the big blind wanted to see a flop there, it's just 60k more. Kenny into small pocket eights, moves it all in. With 48 players remaining, we will play down until we have 3 tables of 8, so 24. Tonight, the bag and tag will come back tomorrow at 2:30 Central European time, and we will crown yet another champion at this fantastic resort. And don't we all do it all the way, folks. Action man Dan in the house. Adam are making it 90k to go with the king jack of clubs. And look at this, Wagner deciding to call in the small with 6s, and Ladislav in a rejam to the big blind with 5s. This might work, and it's a savage pickup if he can get Wagner to fold 6s. but it's not going to work. Wagner is going to be delighted to see he is way ahead with pocket sixes against Ladislav's pocket fives. Set in the window for Wagner, with a flush draw for Ladislav.
Interesting.
Turn is a 4, giving Ladislav additional outs. Wagner, 2-1 favorite as we hit the river. He has to dodge a lot. He does get the job done. Ladislav Mokry has been eliminated. Patrick Wagner now playing 1.2 million plus. He had Ladislav covered, so additional chips behind. I think about 40 big blinds plus now. Nice pickup for him. I didn't expect to see him make that call, but he did. Decided he wanted to gamble. Best case scenario for him. A lot of commotion happening in the background. All kicking off here at the King's Resort late on this Sunday night. Not too late. Approaching midnight soon. As 46 players remain. Pay jump will be looming from €780 to €910. And that pay jump has been reached. All players now guaranteed a minimum of €910. 44 players remain. Kevin making it 100k to go with the King, Queen of Hearts. Sammy just calling pocket 9. And Wagner, having just won a nice pot, picking up the Barries. 42 big blinds, chips in hand. Making it 350 to go. I like this sizing from Wagner. Now for Kevin, big decision, can't call. Essentially, you have to move all in. Decides to let it go, and now Sammy. He's not going to love this, but I think his hand is too strong to just fold yet. $250 more to call. $650 in the pot, getting 2.5 to 1 on his money. To go post flop, but he will be out of position. Looks like he's just going to let this go. Definitely deep enough to peel. Does get away from it. Great fold. Kenny in the hijack. Blinds have just gone up. Small blind now, 25k. Big blind, 50k with a 50k running big blind ante. That's 25, 50, 50. Kenny in the hijack, min raising. $42 is remaining now. They're dropping like flies. Ace 10-3 is the flop. Adama defending with King 9 of hearts. Kenny with top pair. of 85k will take it down.
Check what you have and then you can do whatever you want.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Just curious, right? Oh, okay, they say it.
Vandenberg with the ace-10 in the cutoff, raising to 110k. Sammy with the Queen Jack. UTG first to act. Raises to 110k, and Kenny under the gun +1 with pocket nines. Would have liked to see Kenny just shove this one normally, but it is under the gun against under the gun +1. Decides to just call. I understand it. I get it. And this is the problem, just flatting with nines to invite other people into the pot. Four-way action, 8-4 deuce. Kenny with an awesome flop here for his pocket nines. No one else has much to offer. Sammy forced to fold. Nice pickup for Kenny. Now over the 1 million mark, closer to 1.2. Peter Pan with the Barrys in the hijack. Kevin going for it on the button, getting the bad news. Peter calling for an additional 265k. The ace is a 4-1 favorite. 6-4-4 is the flop. Kevin gonna need runner. No dice. So 40 players remaining now. Adama with the ace jack and the cutoff, making it 1:15 to go. In the small, playing 21 big blinds. Ace jack off suit. Sammy making it 110 to go on the cutoff of King 9 off suit.
Zeker. Toen wat die hand was tussen jou en die jongen en die zeggen niks. Oh, hij komt. Wordt een dure kamer de volgende keer. Wil je hand weten en jij voelt het tegen auto. Daar ben ik klaar mee.
Van een pocket.
Hè?
Van een pocket, dan ben ik ook wel.
Ja, maar weet je. Ik probeer altijd Nederland ook wel een beetje te helpen, maar in dit geval. Komt er zelf goed aan.
Dat was jouw big blind zeker?
King 9 of hearts in the hijack for Sammy. Raising to 110k. ECW King in the house saying Izzy Caster sleeping, far from it. Just taking a pause for the cause. Taking a drink of water. I am here, I am alive, and I am well. I hope you are the same. Just in time. As 37 players remaining now. They have been dropping quick, ECW. Were you watching the under 20 rugby apocalypse? I don't know if you're a fan of rugby, but I see England are doing well. Ireland are doing very well as well. Is it the World Championships under 20s? Pretty sure if you're a fan of every other sport, you're probably a fan of rugby too. Yeah, that's fair. I only mentioned it because I just seen it earlier. I'll definitely watch the real World Cup when it happens. Soon become seniors though. BCW said, isn't that called football, boys? Well, in Ireland, GAA is called football. Football and hurling, and then we call what you call football, we call it soccer. Pretty much. Peter Pan really getting in the thick of it here. Out of line at the 10-5 off suit. Will get Vandolin to fold a hand as strong as ace-4. Vandolin gonna have to make a move soon. Don't like that fold from Vandolin. Good spot to just rejam and take it down pre of about 12 big blinds total. 37 players still remain.
1 million.
KMLW says, see you after the break. Wow. That suggests that KML is still in. One of the moderators on Twitch. We wish you the best of luck. Awesome stuff. Vandolin shoving from the small. With Queen 6 going to get snapped by the Ace Jack of Hearts. Queen 9-5 is the flop. Good flop for Ronald Vandolin. Sammy going to need help. Gets a straight draw on the turn. Needs a 10 or a Barry. River is the 7 of clubs. Big double up for Vandolin. Sammy forced to pay the man. Will be left with 1.5 million, which is still good for 30 big blinds. Plenty to work with.
Always lucky, yeah? Always lucky. Always
Right
the same.
moment.
Always the same, man.
Right moment.
You said it last time against me, right? Chip in the chair.
Peter Pan with the raise to 110 in the hijack. Back off suit. Kenny in the big blind. Ace King of clubs. Just wants to be rejamming this one. Is an ideal stack to do with just over 20 bigs to start the hand. Facing a hijack open. Sometimes we would even 3-bet call this one. It's such a strong combo.
Dubbel net naar 1,1.
Looks like that is exactly what he's going to do. And I prefer this. But we don't want to make it too small. 320 That's fine. I was going to say about 350. About 350. Peter Pan forced to let it go. Vandolin just calling in the cutoff with pocket nines. Could have opted to rejam this one. It's not really his style from what we've seen so far. Vandenberg with pocket sevens. And we're going to have action because Sammy picking up the ladies. 3-betting to 425. And oh my God, Kenny waiting behind with the Barries. This is insane. 5 pocket pairs in one hand. Not something you see every day. Kenny moving all in. Sammy is going to get the bad news, and Vandolin going to be able to get out of the way. This pot huge, folks. 2.96 million. 10-10-9 is the flop. Sammy needs some form of help. Just 17% equity as we hit the turn. Turn is the 5 of hearts. River is the 6 of diamonds. And had Ronald just rejam pre, which would be the normal route, sub 20 bigs, normal course of action. It's easy to kick yourself and be Mr. Hindsight when it's all said and done, but As it stands, he dodged a bullet pre-flop.
You put the blade before the flop? I put the knife.
You said you had 8, and you said you had 8.
He had 7.
Can I wait for you? Sorry. Next time maybe I wait. Days on 4, but okay.
Good job.
You did a good job.
You have an ace.
No, I have 7.
Sevens.
Pocket 7, pocket 9, pocket queens, this.
And a 9 and a flop.
That's a massive pot for Kenny. Playing over a quarter of the chips in play at this feature table now. And KML has just joined the table. Best of luck to the moderator that helps me on Twitch on a weekly basis. Give him hell, son. As a commentator, I have to be unbiased. But I would be wishing him the absolute best of luck. Take it down, bro. Sammy all in for his last 4 bigs. KML straight off the bat, calling with the ace queen. Sammy with the king 10, 425 in the middle up for grabs. Ace 7-7 is the flop. That's going to do it pretty much. Sammy needing runner. Turn is a king. Now playing 15 bigs, KML. Nice pickup for him. So, hand 45, last hand before the break. 35 players remaining now.
The right time, I think.
Wagner min raising on the button with Queen 9. Wagner even. Vandenberg in the big blind, king forward diamonds, 50k to call. We will see a flop. And it's a nice one for Vandenberg on the king 8-5 2 diamonds. Wagner betting 100k. Vandenberg most likely going to check raise, or maybe he just wants to continue. Both options totally fine. If you think your opponent's going to put more money in, then why not raise now? Let's go for a raise to 280. And that's going to be the end of the hand, folks, and that means it's break time. Thirty-three players remaining now. We will play until 24 remain. And I will see you all in a few moments.
You need the 4 of spades.
4 of spades, yeah.
Alright. Got their skills, not using RTA.
Okay.
Okay.
So you think the first is like system which is somewhat sustainable would be like high rake for high volume players who doesn't don't select.
High rate back, high volume players. Well, that's kind of like employees, right? Starting the game. Huh?
Your wife is Jewish?
So kids Jewish too, because of the mom. Older daughter speaks pretty good Hebrew. Young one doesn't speak.
Oh, so they have a family in Israel.
Yeah, mom, their grandma lives there. Yeah. And all the cousins and yeah, big family kind
You ever been?
of. Yeah, 2 times with them.
But your kids speak no Finnish, right?
Hebrew,
German.
French, those are fluent, and then it's Spanish and Italian. That is pretty good, Spanish and Italian. Easy because it's people speak a lot of Italian, and in Monaco, and she used to go to Italy to horse ride, and coach would speak only Italian.
I tried teaching my kids Russian, but it's just when your spouse doesn't speak the same language, it's just not gonna work. I think.
Yeah, it comes down to how much can you spend time with them, and I couldn't do that. I just simply couldn't do it.
I was in the same boat.
You would like have to hire a nanny who would speak the language and teach. That would be the way to do it.
23.6 is
How much is this?
But that
94.4 plus
because so many
How much
people
is there,
speak around the world, but in Finland,
much is
what they do with
175,000.
this language if you don't live there.
I mean, it's never going to be a problem speaking just another language. An additional
twice.
language is always good, right?
Yeah, it's good, but
twice.
still from the practical point of view, you can still choose from some major languages
We are running
instead of something that
We
you
have a
no
pretty big
use-
foot.
practical use
Like
at
if
all.
you win the first or me, we are running twice. If he wins,
Okay, we can do it like this.
But
Okay,
you go twice for.
One time.
No, but if one of us win the first. Okay.
Trouble. Spade.
There's a top set. There's a rapid badu.
I've lost spade. What do I need?
You need the 4 of spades.
4 of spades, yep.
What have I got? 8 out, 7 out.
9, 7, 4.
9,
6.
7.
Four or five.
You win for the moment.
I win for the moment, yeah? So what do you want? No spades?
You need big or small card.
Huh?
Big or small.
No peril. Damn it. Peril wins. I'll sack it,
Yeah.
how much is it?
Wow.
25.
It's a big pot.
We're just observers. We're just observers. Observing.
But didn't you agree to this?
I haven't played any.
I'm just chilling over here. Don't touch me.
One time. No side.
Yeah.
I said one time and no side deals.
Yeah, later then we see one.
You guys want to sort it out between you afterwards, fine. No side deals. You guys could have pieces of each other.
All in from Caminita, and Pansier is asking for a count. Really, really awful spot for him.
Bottom of range when our opponents could easily just 3x trashy hands like 8-3 and whatnot.
I think you're absolutely right, Henry. I think we want to be limping in there sometimes. Obviously, it is nice to just go ahead and rip and see what happens, let the cards fall where they may. But getting trappy is never a bad thing, particularly a hand like Queens, which doesn't need too much protection from overcards. As we see Pansier raising to 500,000 under the gun, comes with the mid open, and Mr. Wheeler all the way from Chicago.
Doesn't have the worst hand in the world to 3-bet fold.
I think we're going to see a re-raise after he takes this time, but elects to just let it go. Oh, Mr. Wheeler.
Seeing a 22 big blind stack. See the payouts in the chat there for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you want to hear my Jason Wheeler story?
It's your story, mate. Yeah.
I feel like I've built it up to something it's not.
Oh no. Is it another
Another what?
disappointing Gary Blackwood story?
Yes, it is.
It's
Yes,
kind of like your jokes. Your dad jokes.
Oi, you take that back. Right, so I think the year is 2018. I'm playing my first ever World Series of Poker main event.
Oh no.
I think I'm a
Oh.
It's okay, I let it like this and fold.
Wow.
So Bulan has
just set
completed.
fire to 125k. Didn't realize that it had been opened.
Make you play 25k. Make you play 25k.
And you?
You also, you
Wow.
That's a pretty brutal live misclick.
Yeah.
Really need to stay dialed in these spots, chat, pay attention. I mean, there's a lot going on. Would have flopped an open-ender. What a weird spot.
What will you play after WSOP?
Below with 3.5.
Where will you go after WSOP?
Behind 1.4 in the middle.
Yeah, and then EPD Prague. And time off. Then time off. Thinking of going to Amsterdam. Not like big, but it's gonna be fun.
Fixture.
Gets checked through. 5 of clubs on the turn, pairing the board.
Bulu immediately reaching. Henry spoke about this earlier. He tends to act hella quickly. Comes out with a very quick stab here for 350,000 chippies.
Yeah, big fan of this turn probe for quarter pot.
Around 350.
Also same stuff.
Not going to get the job done though. Panzier correctly deciphering that his ace king is going to be good a lot of the time here. Makes a call. Bulu looking for a 7 and 8 or a 9 to take the lead. Panzier staring him down. 6 of hearts on the river. Bit of a disaster card if you're Boogaloo, because now the ace-x type hand's a little more likely to call.
Not this WSOP, but the one that they threw in October.
Not going to slow him down, Gary. As he goes B25 on the turn. B50, thereabouts, on the river.
Straight draws miss, flush draws miss. Panzier with just ace high. One of the better ace highs to call with though. Your opponent shouldn't be bluffing much ace-x or king-x. So you unblock those bluffs. Don't block too much value, mind you. You don't block ace-6 suited. You do block king-6 suited. You don't block king-5 suited.
I was like, oh, this just happens all the time.
These guys really focused. Every pot extremely important. Makes the call.
Nice call, sir. Take a bow. Not easy. Obviously easy for us in the booth and at home, but out there, bright lights, cameras.
Don't want to look like an idiot.
Yeah, 2 players away from a WSOP bracelet event final table.
If you take me by mistake,
Stays dialed in and finds the correct call, up to 10 million in chips down. The Frenchman. Crumbs.
What did you think of Rozvadov Everhoof? Curious to hear your thoughts on this. How many likes have we got on YouTube, I hear you ask? As we're going to see a flop for the first time in a while. 257. You guys are awesome. My name is Gary Blackwood, also known as GazzyB123. As we get a very interesting flop here. The Jack Deuce of Spades flopping the flush draw. Panzier flopping top pair. I don't see Panzier doing much checking here. Maybe he just check rips it. Who knows? Doesn't like to check. Caminita with that flush draw and the overcard. Reasonable equity here for the Italian. He decides to knuckle it on back. 5 of diamonds on the turn. No help to Caminita just yet, although he does pick up the gut shot. A 4 would give him a straight. A jack would give him top pair. A spade would give him a flush. 31% equity. Does Panzier start to fire now? Answer is yes. Lars de Monk says EPT Prague is soon. Yes, it is, my friend. Yes, it is. 2.4 million is the bet. Call from Caminita. No help to him on the river. Panzier with the best of it. 8.4 million in there. Caminita with a pot-sized bet left behind. Had to get an action flop. And then 9 deuce versus Jack Deuce hands. Caminita didn't bluff the river earlier in this spot. When his king high flush draw missed. A lot less showdown value here with the Jack Deuce.
1.0, please. Yeah.
All in from Caminita, and Panzier is asking for a count. Really, really awful spot for him with just second pair. Lots of draws missed though. Lots of hands like Jack 4, 10-4, spades. Chat, do we think he's going to call it off? Type number 1 if you think he's going to call, 2 if he's going to fold. Get your answers in as soon as possible. 1 if you think Pansier makes the call with a pair of 9s. 2 if you think he folds. We've got deuce, deuce, deuce already. Bunch of 1s. Wow. Answers coming in thick and fast. Plant a seed, there are 2,982. Looks to be that the chat thinks a call is slightly more likely. All those missed draws as mentioned, but a bunch of 2 pairs. Bunch of straights that might play like this. Pansier with the big stack. He might want to preserve that stack. If he calls and loses, he's down to about 15 million. Less, actually. But on the other hand, guys and girls, if he calls and wins, he's got 1 hand on the bracelet. Should have gone all in on the turn with that hand. A little surprised they didn't get it in on the flop, to be honest with you. There's no obvious 2 pairs. I think there are some. 5-3, 6-3, 6-5, 9-5, King 3, King 6. It gets through, and he shows the bluff. Oh my days, you love to see it. Caminita instantly on his back. Absolutely fantastic.
All right, folks, we're back. We're live. 33 remain in the Dutch Classics. 24 can survive for tomorrow. You're watching the Dutch Classics Day 2 main event live from the King's Resort in Rosvedov. If you are just tuning in, Vandolin raising to 150 as the blinds have just gone up. Small blind is 30k, big blind is 60k with a 60k running big blind ante. That's 30, 60, 60. Vandolin 2.5x open off about 15 bigs to start the hand. Wagner in the cutoff 25 bigs. Queen Jack of diamonds. KML folds the 8-6 of hearts. Ace-8 deuce is the flop. Flop goes check, check, turns to 10 of spades. I would have liked to see Vandolin c-bet this board with backdoor clubs and backdoor straight draws. As it stands, bet of 150 on the turn and a call. 750 in the pot as we see the river. River is the jack of clubs. Giving Wagner the best hand. He'd be delighted to take this one down. Vandolin will be left with 665 and Wagner now playing 2 million. Vandolin with the king jack of diamonds raising to 175. What's he got behind? 8 bigs. Would have preferred to just see Vandolin shove all in, honestly. Vandolin under the gun, 150 to go. This time king queen off suit, leaving himself with 11 big blinds behind. Wagner with ace jack. Just calling for Wagner, playing this one cautiously. Could have opted to 3-bet. I think calling is totally fine. With the offsuit combination, I tend to lean towards 3-betting with the ace-jack. But if we 3-bet, we are definitely committing ourselves to Vandolin. So he just wants to play this one cautiously. Vandolin hasn't been too out of line at all. Knows his customer. With pair of sevens. Wagner coming up short. Vandolin just moving all in. Enough money to take down here and now.
agreement. With a good agreement.
KML, Queen 8 of clubs, 12 bigs, under the gun +2. Looks like he's going for an open. This will look very strong to the rest of the table. But needs to be careful off this stack size especially. Does go for the raise to 125. Vandolin in the big blind with pocket sevens. Vandolin calling for an additional 65k. Came out betting a single big blind on King 7-4. Problem is, Vandolin has a set of sevens. Came out with good backdoor equity here in clubs and straight draws. I really, really don't like this raise from Vandolin, especially on such a dry board. KML losing the minimum, technically. Prefer a Queen 10 or a Queen Jack suited in that spot, but if you had Queen 10 or Queen Jack suited, it might just be a jam. So I'm lucky to run into a flopped set. Like the tiny sizing on King 7-4 there. Still 9 big blinds for my boy. Peter Pan, the hijack, just calling with Queen 10. Queen 9 deuce is the flop, top pair for Peter. Kenny in the big. Ace 5 with the ace of spades. Gonna call. Don't love it, don't hate it. Does turn nut flush draw. River coming, the king of hearts. Board getting worse. Don't blame Kenny for just checking the river, even though he has the ace of spades. Could have rep. A flush, etc. Came out under the gun, 9 bigs, ace 3 of diamonds. He is all in for 570. Kenny wants a count with 10-9 suited. This would be a bit ambitious, to say the least. Wagner lets it go. KML taking it down with the ace 3 of diamonds, living life in the fast lane. Prefer an ace 5 suited plus there, ace 4. Right on the line with the ace 3. I'm not sure exactly how many players you're into under the gun there. Are we 7 or 8 handed? Take it down nonetheless. 2 back ladies in the hijack. There's 30 players remaining. Vandolin with King Jack off suit. Ace-7 off suit for Munzer. Apocalypse says, Dan, did you know your biggest live cash was at Kings? I actually did, yeah. I'd like to make it a lot bigger than 17k though. That was actually disappointing final table. There was no TVs back then. We done a 5-way chop, if I recall correctly. And KML here in the small ace queen offsuit, very rejammable. Moons are raising off 120, which is 10 big blinds. So this might look really strong to KML. And that is a massive fold there from KML. He's reading the early position open off 10 bigs to be a lot stronger than it is. I get it. I won't be too hard on him on this occasion. But it's just so hard to get a hand as strong as ace queen here when we're playing sub 10 bigs ourselves. And unless I've seen reason to believe that this man is raising with 10 bigs with just the nuts, I think we just have to grim and bear it and move all in with the ace queen. But I understand it, I really do. It looks so strong, raising off 10 bigs. And that's why you see so many good players doing that these days. It's all the rage online. raising off short stacks. And it was all the rage online years ago. And then one day it wasn't so pretty anymore. It's amazing how the game evolves over time. As Apocalypse says, Millions Germany main event was won by Mikael Marrakesh. When was this? Is that around the same time? Makes sense. 5-way split in a 1K. Yeah, well, I remember the guy wanted more. He'd more chips or something, so I ended up getting 17. That's what I remember. Yeah, thanks for that, Apocalypse. I've seen that before, but yeah, I definitely got 17 anyway. And oh, there's an amazing story behind how I ended up there in the first place. But remind me and I'll tell that story tomorrow. I'm not telling that story now. I'll save that one, right? I'll have a good story to tell you tomorrow about how I ended up there in the first place. Or you won't be here tomorrow, so I'll just tell the story now. So I won the scoop about a month before that. It would be May 2017. Geez, 6 years now. 6 years ago now. And I end up deciding to go there anyway. And I get there and I can't get money out because where I'm staying is on the border. So technically I'm telling the story terribly, I'm sorry. I couldn't withdraw from Stars because it was in a different country, so therefore I had to play loads and loads of $100 spin and goes to try get out 5k to go to Kings to play the 1k, and it just wasn't working. Like, I didn't want to lose a few $1,000s trying to take out a few $1,000s. I played like between 20 and 50. I probably around 30 $100 spinning goes, some $60 as well. And hold on, just back to the action for a second. Atama with King Jack off suit. Vandenberg with the ace 5. And it is seat 7 with the ace of diamonds, 5 of clubs. The flop is king, queen 6. There's 29 players remain. Vandenberg, the covering stack. Turn is the 10 of hearts. River is the 9 of clubs. And the King Jack getting there and staying there. So Apocalypse, what happened was it cost me about the guts of $1,000 to get out $5,000 because of where I was. Brick a load of things anyway, ended up playing the 1k. I actually ran out of cash and had to get 1k off someone, so it didn't even matter. I get in anyway. I remember him sliding 2 €500 notes when we went for dinner. Get in, get the score. Was happy out. But the whole thing was, I was panicking. I was like, I'm going to lose a few grand trying to get out a few grand. I hadn't planned on the trip, you see. I just won the scoop. All my friends were telling me to go home to Ireland. I was living in Berlin at the time. I should have just went back to Ireland. But I ended up at Kings. And I'm looking forward to getting back there and enjoying how updated the resort is now and how beautiful it looks. Looking forward to getting in amongst the flop turns and rivers. As Apocalypse says, imagine having money to withdraw from an online site. Indeed. First world problems. They sent me a medal in the post then. It's like giving a biscuit to a bear. Kenny under the gun, king, queen, off suit. 125 to go. Peter Pan calling in the cutoff, ace-6 of spades. Ace, king, 9 is the flop. I'm not the biggest fan of Peter's calling the cutoff. It's not too bad. I just don't really like the 6 kicker, even though it is suited. I just hate ace-6. Ace-6 is just no bueno for me. Suited, unsuited, get it away from me. And Kenny living up to his name here. Hoods up. Peter raising to 350. You don't really understand this. He's got backdoor spades working for him. Wants to see where he's at right now, I guess. But the raise coming from under the gun. Ballsy move here from Peter. Interesting decision here for Kenny. Does he want to continue? 240k more to call. Kenny decides to just let it go. Peter probably happy to just take it down. KML, Queen 9 of Spades, under gun +1, sub 10 bigs. Could have opted to jam that one, don't mind folding. Kenny checking back with trips. Vandolin seems to be done with his hand. So all players now guaranteed a minimum of €1,050. Wagner with pocket nines. The ace-6 in the cutoff, all in for 655 for Munzer. Munzer, 1.4 million in the middle. Two Barrys, not just one, and that's 95%. He's celebrating. Don't blame him. Full house wins the watch. Peter Pan mixing things up with a limp here with 8-7 of hearts. Wagner with ace-7 offsuit in the small. KML checks his option. Three-way action to the flop. Ace, 3 deuce. Peter Pan betting 110k. Patrick checking with his pair of aces. Peter giving up, waving the white flag. Peter Pan limping once more. Blinds have gone up. 40k small blind, 80k big blind, but an 80k running big blind ante with 29 players still remaining. Peter Pan limping with king 10 off suit under the gun. Peter Pan gonna bet 100k on 953. 2 diamonds. Vandenberg missing here with 10-7. Didn't want to see a 10 anyway. AMLS, he had A7. He did indeed. Unexpected. KML on the button with the Jeffries. 5 big blinds, moves all in. Good luck, buddy. Vandenberg asking for a count. This would be ideal if Vandenberg went over the top here. Lovely situation for KML to double up. Vandenberg getting out of the way, and Peter snapping him off with pocket sevens. Really nice opportunity here for KML to double up to just under $1 million. Just has to dodge a 7. Ace, King, Deuce is the flop. Turn is the Queen of Hearts. And KML now 100% of the time going to double up to 940k. Nice spinnable stack. K-Mel in the cutoff, 11 big blinds, ace-4 off suit. Most likely just wants to be shoving this one. Tries to let it go. Spidey senses were tingling. Ace-9 of clubs on the button for Vandenberg. Value Heavy says no Alan today. No Alan today. No. My good friend Alan is taking a break. He'll be back next month at some point. I'll be sure to tell him that you're missing him. Would have liked to see that King Queen suited do something. Baka thinks the same. Got a re-steal there. 5 eliminations away from the end of the day. The fatigue getting in the way. It is 1:30 in the morning at Kings. Players will be getting very tired. Have been playing for many days. Poker Gubby says, hope the green hoodie guy bust soon. Hope they're not allowed to wear like that. Are they scared to show their faces? That's been happening more frequently all over the world in poker. Players with masks, etc. Bird says if he was on the TV table, he'd wear a Darth Vader helmet. I have a Bane mask, and if I ever make, or when I make a big FT, I'm hoping wherever it is, I'll have my Bane mask with me. Don't know what the ruling is on a Bane mask, but now is not the time to panic. That comes later. And this could spell disaster for the King Jack. Vandolin flopping trips. Time to go to Hollywood here. Whoa, Quadzilla in the house. And a 400k bet and a speech play here from the King Jack. Little does he know. 6 spot for Vandolin. Gonna him and haw. River is the deuce of spades. He's not gonna like seeing this. Big pot for Vandolin, eliminating Moonzer. 28 players remaining now. Crack asked, do I think it was correct to limp there in the small blind? I don't like to do that with hands like these, especially deeper in tournaments. I think we want to mix it up. I think it's fine. But you are asking for trouble when you allow hands like Queen 3 off suit to see a flop. Thank you for your comment. Yeah, I think this deep in the tournament, we most likely just want to be raising. But say he had King Queen, isn't it good for us to let a hand like Queen 3 see a flop when we're dominating? I think we just want to be mixing is the answer. Sometimes raising, sometimes just completing. It's disgusting when it works out against us and our opponent has quads, but Well, that's some way of looking at your cards and going to muck them. Chips all over the cards. They do go in the muck. Kenny in the small, Jack 8 off suit. One more elimination has took place. 27 players remaining now. All players remaining guaranteed a minimum of €1,225. As Poker Gooby says, but love to watch Poker from Kings. Hope he can get there in September, October. $8-7-3 is the flop. Kenny with top pair. Kenny on the button, ace jack off suit, 30 bigs and the decision. But you see what you're saying about these hoodies, Poker Gobi. It's rampant, it's everywhere. I've seen some examples from this year's World Series. There's one guy, I don't even know if you could tell his identity. He had the hoodie up, he had the glasses on, they were big glasses as well, and he also had a face mask. 100k more for KML to call with 10-6 off suit. Does put it in the muck. All players can sniff, bagging and tagging, getting a good rest and coming back for the final day. That will be at 2:30 tomorrow, Central European time. We're getting close, only a couple of eliminations away. Kenny in the cutoff, 8-6 of clubs. We call him cutoff Kenny. We've had one more elimination, so 2 eliminations away from the conclusion of day 2. Patrick adding 200k to his stack with the ace king of spades. Apocalypse says he'll have to miss them last 2 as it's bedtime for him flying tomorrow. Have a great week and see you all in 2 weeks' time. Hope you have a ball on your holidays, bud. I will be sure to watch those wrestling videos in the meantime. And I will see you on the other side. Thank you for your help. 1 elimination away now, 25 players remaining. Atama all in under the gun, ace king of hearts for 750. Poker Gubby says, have I played tourneys in King's commentator? Yeah, we were only just talking about that about an hour ago. My biggest live cash ever, I'm predominantly an online player, or was. My biggest live cash was at the King's Resort in 2017, a month after I won the scoop online on PokerStars. I think we done, this is before they had the display that they have now in the live stream, and the place is way bigger. It's a resort now, but that's only 6 years ago. I'm hoping to get back there soon enough. That biggest poker score was for about €20,000. Athema all in with the ace king of hearts, Peter Pan in the big blind, ace 10 off suit and the decision. Just gonna have to let this one go. Poker Gubby says, okay, like your comments, attorneys. Thank you very much. Usually get into the swing of things on the Sunday and then rest up well and train, meditate, and I'm always firing on all cylinders on the Monday. So be sure to tune in tomorrow. A lot more dynamics to talk about as we get closer and closer to the final table, ICM pressure, etc. Average stack 2.4 million. So it's still 30 big blinds. There's a lot to play for tomorrow. Kenny with the Cowboys. Cowboys Kenny picking up a lot of hands at this feature table. Kenny raises to 170. And Atama just going to let that one go. And you can see in the top right hand corner of your screen, that is going to be it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks a million to the moderators. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, 2:30 Central European time, for an action-packed, fun-filled day of poker, live from the King's Resort in Rosvedov. For now, I'm going to say my goodbyes. Catch me if you can. My name is Dan. I'm your man.
Alright guys, good news for you, we reached the 24 players. We are done for today. I will ask you to count your stacks please. I give you the bags and the paper. You need to find your name, write down the chip count and signature please, okay?